Let's check out crude prices. The International Energy Agency says demand for oil could peak this decade. It seems like they make that prediction every second week. Anyway, the oil producers don't like the sound of it, but a lot of investment has gone in to producing natural gas instead. Let's get the big picture from Robert Yawger, energy futures strategist at Mizuho. Bob, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Andrew. We'll start off, obviously, with the tragic events, horrifying events in the Middle East. It looks as though the alarm is not spreading to the oil market right now, anyway.
Yes, part of the reason the market has come off today, Andrew, I think, is largely that Israel has not crossed that line in the sand and put troops in Gaza. You can't really do that when Hamas is holding 200 hostages. So that keeps the front on the Lebanese northern Israel border from breaking loose and forcing a two-front war on the Israelis that could drag in the United States, drag in Iran. So the situation, as long as it stays, I mean, I wouldn't call it calm by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just not expanding. As long as it doesn't expand and doesn't drag in the United States and Iran, we could have prices could slide a bit here.
What about, I mean, demand? Germany, apparently, we're getting confirmation that it's in a recession, and the Brits' job losses are piling up. So Europe's under a cloud.
The economic situation does not look good. You also have all the bank leaders and some of the hedge fund folks in Arabia today, and they're all beating the economic disaster drum today also. So that doesn't help either. So, yes, demand destruction as a function of economic slide is being talked pretty heavy here.
You think could oil go back below 80? Is that plausible, Bob, do you think, with WTI?
I do, but it would have to be a nice, I don't think it's likely, but it's probably a 25% chance. So if you were a buyer, buy puts below and take advantage of that situation. That's what you got. That's how you play that trade.
With the IEA, I mean, how can they know? But they think maybe oil demand will peak this decade. But I feel like that's a broken record. I'm sure I've heard that prediction from them quite a while lately.
It is, but they have attached numbers to it this time.
Oh, I see.
And ended on their thesis to a certain degree. So it is probably the biggest warning that they have put out so far, if you want to look at it as a warning.
Okay.
It's really a function of gasoline, though they also said that coal and natural gas demand would slide too. Yeah. So it's across the board to a certain degree. We're going to slide from 102. They did say that it's not going to fall off the face of the earth, though. We're going to plateau at about 100 million barrels. 102 would be the peak sometime in this decade, and then we would pull back into the 90s. So it wasn't a situation where we're going to go from 100 to 0 in 15 minutes by any stretch of the imagination. And they definitely pointed to the EV as the ultimate takeaway for gasoline. Now, you got to keep in mind, Andrew, that gasoline, the average refiner brews 2 times more gasoline than they do distillate. Distillate is the second biggest coming out the backside of the refinery product that there is. So that could ultimately change those kind of dynamics also. So here in the United States, we run about demand is about 9 million barrels a day. Demand for distillate, that's heating oil, diesel, that's about 4 million barrels a day. So if you start to chop away at the gasoline part without chopping away at the heating oil diesel part, that also causes associated problems.
Distorts the market. IEA, one other thing, they said that there's a surge in natural gas capacity, LNG capacity coming. They said the new capacity every year, or the new capacity that's coming on this decade, is equivalent to about 45% of total LNG supply right now. And they said there's a risk of a glut in LNG.
Yeah, there's a lot of places. Look at Qatar. for example. They have no oil, but they have a lot of natural gas. It's a very rich country now. They figured out how to transport the gas, and it worked for them. There's a lot of other countries that are not doing so well, historically speaking, economically, who are sitting on an ocean of natural gas. They just don't have the technology to move it yet. And those folks are all going to bring in the integrated large corporate types to help them get that gas to the surface and move it to where it's needed. In the process, you're going to bring a lot of gas onto the market, and it will probably weigh on prices.
We've only about a minute. It's interesting, isn't it, how Qatar is at the center right now of the LNG market. Meanwhile, and America calls them an ally, Qatar. Meanwhile, Hamas leaders are reportedly living in luxury in that country while people in Gaza are killed.
Yeah, it's really a strange relationship. They did not necessarily get along with some of their neighbors over the years because of that Hamas relationship and its association with Iran, while the rest of this neighborhood is largely a Sunni Muslim type neighborhood. Their best ally, their biggest ally, had been Shia Iran. Those differences have been smoothed out a bit. There's a little bit of that competition there still to this day, but it sits right in the Persian Gulf too. It's a jewel in a rough neighborhood that could go sour at any given moment.